minutes ago, so that's about an hour and 13 minutes ago. So it was today. So it looked like it was one they did today. International webinar. I don't know if the live chat was on. Comments are turned off as usual. Let's see what we can get from this particular video. I really want to see if they're gonna do anything besides the normal. Because it seems like if you watch their other videos on this channel, just type in Bitlocity and it should pop up as a page on YouTube. Now, I'm not, before I say anything else, I'm not here to bash Bitlocity. I'm not here to down Bitlocity. I'm just here giving my opinion on what's going on with my account and what I see from the webinars. If you take this as negative, I mean, there's nothing I can tell you, but I'm just giving you my opinion on how I feel about it and what I see is going on in my account and other accounts. And there are some people who are able to withdraw. It's a guy named Crypto Muscle. If you check out his channel, you can see he's been able to make $10,000, $15,000 withdrawals from Bitlocity. But the difference I've seen from people who can withdraw and cannot withdraw are those who have teams, those who have recruited and brought in other people to, bring in to recruit. Pretty much those who brought in people under them. If you did not bring in anyone under you, I'm starting to see a trend where if you didn't bring anyone in, that you more than likely don't have a lot of money going to your account, or you're not able to withdraw. Which I'll correct that. I did have someone reach out to me from another member of Velocity and showed me, said there's another way to see if I actually had some money left in my account. I'm not going to do that today. I'll more than likely do that for you guys on tomorrow to see if I actually do have any money left that I can withdraw, or if I have not had a payment since their first week. But let's get back to this video. Oh, and I'm not here trying to bash Velocity. I'm just here giving my opinion, like I said in the beginning of my videos in the disclaimer. It's my opinion and my opinion alone. I'm not giving you financial advice, and nor am I trying to give you advice on what you should do. Just take this information with a grain of salt. Go out and do your own research. Check it out. If it's something you want to invest in, that's up to you. But I'll just give you my opinion on what I think at the end of the video.
Thanks to those educational videos that you played before. I mean, I tend to get a lot of my news from you. And from taking a look at some of this content that you tend to you tend to pull together, and you tend to find that really gives us some of the most cutting edge information about what's happening here in the crypto and in the blockchain space, which is absolutely huge. And I'll say this, I know there's a lot of people in there. I know we do these webinars, we do them often. This is our international English-speaking webinar. I always want to be clear about that because obviously we've got multiple international webinars that we're doing in a lot of different languages right now as we expand around the globe. But a lot of people are here. You're here for the first time, and we realize that some of you are here and you're pretty savvy about this whole crypto world, and some of you've never heard a lot of real educational information about it. You've just kind of been maybe piqued by some of the stories you've heard about how fast some of these things are growing and maybe some of the fortunes that people are making, et cetera. And what we want to do here with Bitlocity for this presentation is just cover some brief information for you, let you know who we are, and why people are so excited about that when you hear about what it is that we do. And also, if you like what you see here, how it is that you could actually interface with the Bitlocity community and what that can mean for you long term. So grab a pen, grab a piece of paper. I want to go through some high level overview information. If you like what you see, you can get back to the person who invited you on. They can get you on the phone with an expert who can maybe get down to some of the granular detail for you. But I want to make sure that when you walk away from this webinar, you at least have enough information to say, you know what, I'm interested or I'm not interested, right? I mean, one or the other, this is worth more of an investment of my time, and this is absolutely not for me. Either way, you're making the right decision for you and your family. So let's get started and talk about the genesis of this incredibly unique business initiative. At the end of the day, Bitlocity came into being for one simple, unassailable fact, which is that blockchain technology has been forecasted to add 1.76 trillion to the global GDP over the next decade. That is an insane amount of additional wealth being added over the next 10 years, especially from one sector. And that incredible growth is going to create literally a tsunami of wealth that's going to wash around the globe, creating a whole new batch of millionaires and billionaires, people who are able to recognize these opportunities first and then position themselves out in front of them so that as they're created, they're able to truly capitalize. And the developers of Bitlocity, they realize something. They realize that like most other massive movements of wealth that have happened throughout the history of the world, most people would simply not be in position to capitalize, largely because they wouldn't even recognize the opportunities. And even if they did, they wouldn't have the capital to engage. So Bitlocity was developed to provide two critical platforms. Number one, a world-class educational platform to prepare our members to recognize and understand these future blockchain opportunities before the masses. And number two, the premier peer-to-peer crowdfunding platform developed to provide them with the capital they would need to engage in said opportunities. After all, at Bitlocity, we know that only with the right knowledge, coupled with the right level of personal capital. You need both of those things together. Will you ever truly be prepared to accelerate yourself to that speed of success? And you're going to hear that a lot from us about accelerating to the speed of success. You got to be able to move at the speed of success. Here's what I'll tell you. I'm sure most of you would agree, in this new digital world that we're all existing in. It's all ones and zeros, right? Everything's happening. It's happening faster and faster and faster. Nobody's taking the time to slow down and explain anything to you. If you can move faster and faster, think faster and faster, react faster and faster, you can do great in this new world. But if you can't, you're simply going to be left behind. I know a lot of people feel left behind already, but here at Bitlocity, we want.
So I guess what I noticed and see so far is it's pretty much going to be just a regular webinar with, I don't know if they're going to have any updates at the end or any questions at the end. It looks like a normal, I guess, presentation type webinar where they're just presenting it to new people. So I'm not sure if there's going to be any questions. I'm not sure if it's going to be a Q&A. I'm not sure if there's going to be any updates on what's going on as of this particular video.
Want to help you change that feeling. Now, blockchain, for those of you that are the uninitiated, if you will, is a decentralized distributed ledger that records the ownership and authenticity of a digital asset. It's secure, it's transparent, and it's unhackable. And essentially, it's an incredible way for you to store very, very sensitive information and then also be able to transmit that information, if need be, instantaneously all around the world. Now, on the surface, that may not sound like a big deal. You might say, I don't get it. But I promise you this, over the next several years, blockchain technology will literally change every single industry that you interface with. Some of those changes will be forward facing, so you'll notice very, very clear differences about how industries are going to operate in the future. And some of them will be behind the scenes. You won't notice them, but they'll be just as valuable, if not more. Now, the people who are aware of these changes before they happen, they can even position themselves in front of them. Those are people who are going to truly capitalize off of what's happening with blockchain technology, whereas everyone else is simply going to be a consumer, or they'll spend money, while the people who are capitalized are going to be the ones that are going to earn money. Now, for those of you who have never heard of blockchain technology before, there's a good reason for that. Most people, their only time that they've actually ever interfaced with blockchain is when they've talked about cryptocurrency. And which ironic is that cryptocurrency is to blockchain tech what email is to the internet. You know, we all know how powerful the internet is. It can do a lot of amazing things between social media.
I really don't want to sit through this whole video. This is just a webinar. I'm going to be skipping ahead just to see if there's anything new they're going to be talking about. Because pretty much most of us probably already know what Bitcoin is and how it works.
Evolution of 22nd is now known as Bitcoin Pizza Day, because it was at that moment that it stopped being theory and started becoming. Morgan is saying that if Bitcoin is perfect as an appeal for because we're not financial advisors, okay? Bitlocity is not an investment platform. Was the little guy, you know, go out and build something for the little guy.
Yeah, something else I noticed is if you're a member of Bitlocity and you were in the top 10, I want to know if you got paid last month from that the pool of money that they put together. I think it was like $88,000 if I'm not mistaken, if not more. Because it's still, I'll log in tomorrow and find out to see if the money is still there. Last time I checked a couple days ago, it still had the balance there, so I don't know if it's been paid out and it just had been set back to zero or what. So I have no idea what happened with that particular amount of money, because that money was took from those who upgraded to a certain level. A certain percentage of the money went to that pool to reward those who actually recruited in the top 10 of the company. So if you were in that top 10 and you watch this video, please comment down below so I know if you actually did get paid for being in that top 10 of whatever percent you were supposed to be. Let me keep skipping ahead. It looks like it's just a regular presentation. You can go pretty much watch this on your own time, but this is pretty much not what I wanted to see here today. Trying to find something, an update maybe on if they're doing anything different. But it's like now they're talking about they have a card plan. Let me see what this is. This is like something they've added to the comp plan or something they've added to to their particular business model. Let's start right here.
Just for the VIP ranks, was a VIP level car program.
Now, I will say this before I finish talking about the car plan. There is another company out there that's similar to Bitlocity. They do the crypto. They don't put you on the car plan. They pretty much figure out the amount of money that you want to spend on the car. Um, let's say it's $100,000 just to make the numbers easy. You put in $40,000 worth of Bitcoin, and they will put in the other 60 over a couple months for you to get that car for not for free, but it's cash. It's cash. The car's paid for. All you have to pay for it is your car insurance, and that's pretty much it. Car insurance and your maintenance. So even if you want to get like a $10,000 car, there were some people I saw who put the money in. They didn't want a new car. They just wanted to pay off the car that they already owned. You can do that as well, and you pretty much have to have a certain, if most of you know, you just go back in my other videos. You'll see what I'm talking about. Qubitlife. Go back and watch some of those videos, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Where they'll let you don't have to pay. It's not like some of these other programs in the past. I don't know if they still do this, but I know it was a company called Limu, Limu. That was an MLM company. I don't know what product they sold, but they would, once you got to a certain level and you got to a certain amount of product that you sold per month or either per month or per quarter, you were allotted a certain amount of money to lease a car. I don't know if anyone wants to lease a car, and I don't really want to lease a car because if I don't meet that productivity for the month, then that car goes back. Because I personally know people who've been in who are in Mary Kay, and Mary Kay pretty much gave them a certain amount of money for a car, and when they could not meet their productivity for the month, that car was sent back. So you pretty much have to keep producing and keep producing and keep producing and keep finding those new clients in some of those systems. People come in on the auto ship, and once they figure out most people in the auto ship program, it's just a little education. When you get in one of those auto ship programs, what happens is eventually if the person getting in is not making money, or they got in for the money to make money, they're not. They're gonna have to make a decision on, do I want to pay this auto ship or do I want to pay my bills? Which one is more important? And they're more than likely gonna say, I want to pay my bills more than I want to pay this auto ship. So eventually those people, they kind of back out and they kind of fade away. So you eventually end up giving that car back. So if you lease a car, you're more than likely going to be held accountable for that lease if you decide to do that. So with some of these companies, now I don't know what their car program is going to be because I hadn't seen it. This is my first time seeing it on here. But I do know with the other company, Qubitlife, you don't have to lease a car, you don't have to rent a car, they don't give you a monthly amount of money for a car. You pretty much figure out how much you want. You put in the 40%, and they put in the 60% over a couple months, and you take the money out and you get your car. And you can see it's also someone named Queen Wiki who's got her car. She put a video on YouTube where she put in her money. She got her car. She went to the car lot, but she actually got the new Escalade, which was $100,000. She said it took 2 hours to count the money. You can just find that video on YouTube, Queen Wiki, and just look at I don't know what the title of the video is, but you'll see it when she's driving the car. And let's see what this is. And I'll probably skip a little bit further along after this.
And we were telling people that your benefits were going to depend on your rank, but we just actually rolled this out, and we have a little bit of a surprise for you. In fact, let me first explain to you how this car program works. It's actually pretty amazing. You have the ability now to go out and have a one-time deposit that you're going to put down for vehicles at different levels. So if you wanted a vehicle that was between $20,000 and $30,000, that was the value of the vehicle, it would be a one-time $10,000 deposit. 30 and 45, a $15,000 deposit, et cetera, all the way up to a vehicle between $75,000 and $100,000 in value. It would be a one-time $35,000 deposit. Now, here's where it gets amazing at. You would then have that vehicle for 2 years or $25,000.
Okay, so he's saying he's not saying you're gonna get $10,000 or whatever the amount is, or he's not saying they're gonna pay it or you have to pay it. So I'm not clear on what part he's talking about here. Is he saying I have to pay $10,000 or they're gonna put down $10,000? And what is the condition that I have to put down this $10,000? Do I have to get all the way in? Do I have to get all the way up to a certain level to get to 10,000? Well, let's see what else he said.
Miles, whichever one came first. Okay. Now, once you actually got 25,000 miles on the vehicle or 2 years on the vehicle, whichever one came first, then you would have a decision to make. And here's the decision. You could go out and you could actually go back to the dealership and say, I want another vehicle, which they would provide you with no additional deposit. So you put down a deposit.
I'm not too fond of this idea. Pretty much encouraging people to stay in debt, going from one car to another car to another car to another car. Now that's your decision to make. Me personally, I don't want to be in a huge amount of debt. Just things do happen. Companies do go out of business. They do disappear. We know that in this particular space that companies come, they normally stay a year or shorter, and they're gone. There are some who stayed a little bit longer, like Cash FX. They're still around, but they're starting to. It's kind of looking a little sketchy over there. They're starting to do like little things where I'm not in Cash FX. I'm just listening to other people who are in. They're saying they're starting to payments are starting to be delayed. Things are starting to take longer than they normally took. They're starting to get excuses from the company on why this is not happening and why this isn't happening. And I just don't like this idea of telling somebody who's going to get a car, just go ahead and get a car for 2 years and then get another one for 2 years. Because more likely you're going to have to pay a car note. So it's not just like you're just getting $10,000 because this car, if you look at it, $10,000 is a car from 20,000 to 30,000, and that's not it doesn't like that. That's not including taxes. Let's say you get one of these cars, it's 10. You're still gonna have $10,000 plus taxes. You still have to pay a car note. So if you want to keep getting a car note for the next couple of years or for life, then I guess that's your decision to make. But I don't I'm not pretty much too. I'm not a big fan of this particular plan, if that's what he's saying. But if I missed it, somebody tell me down below because I didn't hear if he said this $10,000 deposit is going to have to be from me or if it's going to be from them, and if so, what's the condition on I'm getting this $10,000 to $35,000 deposit?
Drove the car for 2 years, took it back, said I want a brand new one with no miles on it again for another 2 years.
And one last thing, once you get a brand new car, I know some people, I don't think it's an issue with getting a brand new car, but once you get a brand new car and you drive off a lot, the depreciation on that car is pretty high. If I had the money, I would buy a brand new car myself, but I know the depreciation on the car once you drive off a lot is pretty much, if you drive it off a lot and bring it back, you've already lost your money. That's just something to think about.
And you never had to pay another deposit. And you could continue to do that over and over and over and over again, every 2 years, every 25,000 miles. And once you decided that you no longer wanted to pursue this program, so that might be 4 years down the road, 6 years, 8 years, 10 years down the road, you could then.
I'm a little confused here. It's to me, it sounds like, now, if I may be wrong, but it sounds like the way he's talking about the deposit, like the deposit is paying for the car. The deposit is pretty much just a deposit, and you have to pay a monthly note. It might be $100 a month, it might be $200 a month, it might be more than that, depending on your credit. I'm not sure, but it kind of sounds like he's kind of, from what I feel, from what he's saying, it sounds like he's pretty much think you're gonna get a car for free. But if you get a $10,000, if they're gonna give you $10,000 to get to a certain level, then I would just pay cash for a car that's probably like $8,000. Just to have a car paid for. All I'm doing is paying for my insurance. And depending on what state you live in, I live in Louisiana, so I have to pay for my insurance and pay for my maintenance. And that's pretty much it. I'd rather have a car cash. If that's what you're going to give me, I don't want to get a $10,000 car, put it down for a 20 to 30,000 car, and then have to pay the car note, then have to pay for maintenance, gas, and breakdowns. I'm pretty sure that the maintenance is not covered in that as far as the breakdown. Get back into it.
Simply get your entire deposit back. Let me say that again. You get a $60,000 car. It costs you a $20,000 deposit. You drive that car for 2 years or 25,000 miles. Into those 2 years, you go get another brand new version of a $60,000 car. 2 years after that, another brand new version of a $60,000 car. Never putting down another deposit ever. Okay? And then after 6 years, you decide that, you know what? I don't even want to do the program anymore. And when you make that decision, you get your entire $20,000 deposit back. That is unbelievable. There's never been a.
Can somebody explain to me what he's talking about? I must have missed something here because he's talking about getting a car for maybe 6 years and get $20,000 back. But it's somewhere in between there's going to be a car note. Somewhere in between there's going to be maintenance. You're going to need a tire. You're going to need an oil change. You're probably going to need a tune up. So I must have missed something here. Somebody please comment down below if I missed something in this particular video because I don't know what he's talking about at this particular point. I heard what he said, but I'm kind of confused on what he's trying to say with a particular car program.
program like this before. People are falling out of their chairs about this. They're super excited about this program. And again, this was something that we basically held in reserve for our VIP. But because we're just launching the program, we wanted to do a special promotion. And anyone who's at that platinum level, that $100 platinum level contribution level or above, will be able to basically be a part of this program for a limited time only. So again, if you're interested, you actually want to reach out to a customer service department, let them know you're interested. They'll ask you for some information, what kind of vehicle, et cetera, and they'll be able to get you set up with this incredible new vehicle program. Now, the other side of this, though, which is incredibly monumental, is that every single time that you advance up a level here within Bitlocity.
I still didn't hear anything about who's going to pay for this $10,000. Where is it coming from? Um, I'm still. He said people are excited about it. I guess they might be, but I'm just looking at what I'm seeing here and what I'm not hearing, which is who's going to pay for it and where's this money going to come from.
You're unlocking a new wealth of information, a specific course or courses that's designed to educate you on how to monetize the crypto and blockchain world. So again, you're advancing up, you're getting additional leverage that's going to allow you to actually do much better within our crowdfunding initiative. But at the same time, you're getting additional education that will give you the knowledge of what to do with the contributions that you're receiving through the crowdfunding initiative so you can engage, accelerate yourself to the speed of success, and be successful in that blockchain universe. Now, the first part of our rewards plan is our global infinity line. And I want to show this to you. Again, I'm just going to show you this as an example. This is for.
Okay, moving right along. I guess that's it for the card program. If you want to watch this video in its entirety, you can just go to Bitlocity on YouTube. Just do a search for Bitlocity on YouTube. And let's see, extract contribution we make. Give you a make. I'm still not seeing anything about the. I'm still not seeing anything about that particular card program. I don't like how it sounds to me. It just doesn't sound like it's the money's adding up. He's not saying where the money's coming from. He's not saying how you're gonna get it. He's not. I don't remember him saying if I have to pay for it, if they're gonna pay for it. Do I have to be all the way into the $100,000 level to get it? Somebody please clarify that to me if I missed it. If you know what he's talking about. Let me see. This looks like this may be it because I'm not seeing too much more that I haven't seen in other videos. The 1x3 speed matrix, that may be new, but I'm not too interested in the speed matrix. Let's see. Anything new? Doesn't look like it. This is what I'm talking about right here. If in a month there, From what I saw in the back office, it was $80,000 in here, and I did see. I saw the leaderboard, the top 10. I didn't see the money was still sitting there at the first of this month, though. I don't know why it wasn't reset back to zero, but that particular pool of money for this was about $80,000. So I don't know if any of these people in the top 10 actually got a part of $80,000 or not. So if you did and you watch this video, please comment down below. Or if you know somebody that were in the top 10, if you know the person that brought you in, got a part of that money, please comment down below so we can find out. That will at least be a positive that I can say they paid out for that. Let's see if there's anything else I can get from this video. Crowd Ambassador Dream. I don't know what that is, but let's see. That may be all. I may listen to this Crown Ambassador Dream part just to see what that is. Check this out. That'll probably be the end of this video for me. Okay, let's go from here.
Bitlocity. So listen, if you like what you see, there's a couple simple steps you can take. Number one, get a crypto wallet, right? One that accepts Bitcoin, and then decide what position you want to actually get started at so you can put enough Bitcoin in the wallet to fund all of your getting started process. If you don't understand how to do this, that's okay. The person who invited you here, they've already done all this and they can walk you through that. Once you've actually got that all set up, let them know you're ready to rock and roll. They're going to provide you their individual link that you can use to enroll with, and then they can walk you through the entire process so you don't make any mistakes. And remember, you're not going to have to figure this out. We've already released a Bitlocity Crown Ambassador blueprint that will walk you through step by step how to actually not only enter into Bitlocity, but how to get to the very top so you can enjoy that incredible Crown Ambassador dream lifestyle.
If I get to the crown ambassador lifestyle, it's going to be because I had enough money in the I think they call the infinity levels, the first two levels to upgrade to the next level. And I'll show you guys that in the next particular video that I make, which I'm going to be releasing on tomorrow. This may be it for this particular video. Let's see what's
I will
left.
tell you what we're excited about is that we know that with the knowledge you're going to get from the Bitlocity Academy, along with the leverage that you're going to get within our crowdfunding initiative, many of you are going to be able to take the knowledge and the leverage to go out and actually get involved in different blockchain and crypto projects and advance yourself to the Crown Ambassador lifestyle very, very fast, because you're going to be in position to do so. Regardless of how you get there, we can't wait to hear about it, wait to hear about your success and how it's impacted you, your family, and your communities at large, because that's what we are all about here. So hopefully that was enough information for you to make a decision, for you to understand who we are and what we're.
That looks like it. If you didn't know, it's your first time watching this video, if your first time watching me, I do have money in Bitlocity. I got in at the first, I think the first three levels. I got in at the $25 level, the $50 level, and the $75 level. And that does not include the $25 you have to pay for the yearly fee that you have to pay to be a member. So that's money that I do have in there. I'm going to check it on tomorrow to see if I have any profits or if I have enough that I can withdraw, or if I have anything that I can withdraw. Thank you for watching this video. If you watched it till this part, don't forget to comment, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative comments, just comment down below and I'll respond back. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next video. This is the Passive Income Trucker. Before I leave, right now I'm not recommending Bitlocity. One, you never hear them say any of their last names, so you can't really do any real research on these guys to see who they really are. Two, I haven't seen them show their faces in any of the videos. And three, the issues that I'm trying to see if they're going to get resolved have not been resolved yet, and I'm still going to hold true to myself where I said I'm going to wait 90 days before I make my final decision, unless they, exit out or something before then. And that's pretty much it. Those are my top three reasons why I'm not recommending it right now. And again, it's the Passive Income Trucker. I'm out.